What's going on, guys? Kaz Cray back with another Baltimore State Dynasty video. And this is probably the biggest game in Baltimore State history so far in their 2-year history playing football. If they win this game and Florida Atlantic beats Florida International, Baltimore State will be going to the Conference USA Championship for the first time. But in order to do that, they got to get through the Marshall Thundering Herd, who are also 6-2 in the conference. And Marshall would need Florida International to beat FAU later on tonight in order to get to the conference championship game. This is already a very emotional game for Baltimore State. This is their senior day. So for guys like Jacob Spain, Lakeem Foster, and Lawrence Albert, this could be their final game at Stallion Field in Baltimore, Maryland. So let's see how it goes, guys. Marshall is going to kick it off after winning the toss, and here we go. Senior day in Baltimore. And Jacob Spain, one of the few seniors on this team, going to return it up the middle, and he's going to get up to the 25-yard line. Jacob Spain also starting at running back today. Jordan Burrell has just been really ineffective lately, so the coach decided to change it up a little bit. So here's a 1st and 10. Spain on the toss to the right side, and he's going to fight forward for a first down. 11 yards on the play. So another set of downs, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Gibson going to hand it off to Spain again. Left side this time, and he gets another first down. Another 11 yards to start this game off. Spain is looking really good, and we disconnect from Xbox Live real quick. Gibson throws it to Harewood, and Javier Harewood across midfield, a 9-yard gain just shy of the first down marker. That's going to be a 2nd and 1. Two receivers to the right side. Here's another handoff to Spain. Spain has space. He's going to get out past the 40 to the 30, the 20, and he's tackled at the 14-yard line. A 31-yard gain and a big first down for Baltimore State as they're in the red zone now. Here's Gibson back to pass over the middle. Aldrin Johnson with the catch, and he's hit hard after a 9-yard gain, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. Two backs in the backfield, Burrell and Seymour. Here's a read option. Gibson fakes it to Burrell. He's going to take it left side, and Louis Gibson has a touchdown for Baltimore State on their first drive. And Baltimore State takes a quick 7-0 lead. Now here's the kickoff. There's Johnson on the return for Marshall. He's going to take it up the left side. He got big blocks down the field, and he's going to get to about the 48-yard line. Dontrell Johnson, a 48-yard return. And here comes the Marshall offense who gave Baltimore State fits last year. Chase Litton back to pass. He's still the quarterback for him, and he nearly throws a pick on the first play of the game. Good defense on the play by the Baltimore State secondary. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 10. Here's Litton over the middle to Green, and Green gets out past the 35. So Marshall's starting to threaten on their first drive. Here's Litton. Going to go right side, nearly intercepted by Taquan Jones. That would have been very costly for Marshall this early in the game. But instead, it's a 2nd and 10. Litton going to throw the screen. There's Green. And Hunter going to bring him down for a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for Marshall. Here's Litton trying to run, and Nick Wentworth brings him down. Litton loses a yard in the play. That is going to be counted as a sack. And now Marshall will try to kick a field goal to get some points on the board. Here's the kick, and it is offline, wide right. Just couldn't get inside the upright, and it remains a 7-0 game for the Stallions. So here's a 2nd and 3. And off up the middle to Spain, and Spain fighting forward for 8 yards. Jacob Spain, not the biggest guy in the world, but he fights for every single yard. And you can't really ask much more from one of your seniors. 1st and 10, Spain on the pitch. And a great juke move gets him 7 yards. Looked like it'd be a 2 or 3 yard gain. But he makes a great move there, so now it's a 2nd and 3. Gibson back to pass, under pressure, gets it away, finds Blackman, but no gain on the play, so that brings up a 3rd and 3. Gibson in the shotgun. He loves throwing from the shotgun. 3rd and 3, over the middle to Harewood, and a first down. Louis Gibson is also a senior, by the way. Just in case anybody forgot. So now 1st and 10. Gibson going to throw over the middle, intercepted. Merrill on the interception. And he's going to get it out to about the 41-yard line. Gibson was trying to thread the needle. It didn't work out for him this time. So now Marshall. Here's a swing pass to Mitchell, and he goes nowhere. Well, he does pick up 2 yards, but he got shut down on that one. Now a 3rd and 8. Baltimore State with the blitz, but Litton gets it out to Green, and Green has himself a first down. Down to the Baltimore State 43. And now we go to a 3rd and 10 for Marshall. Here's Litton. Under pressure, and he's sacked. Put down by Lakeem Foster, another senior on this team. And Baltimore State will get the ball back on a punt. So 1st and 10, handoff to Spain. Going to take it up the right side and stop short of the first down marker, but an 8-yard gain. So 2nd and 2. Here's Gibson. Over the middle, and Harewood couldn't hold on to it. I was saying he found Harewood, but Harewood just couldn't hold on to it. So now it's a 3rd and 2. Gibson on the read option. He gets the first down and more, and he's brought down at the 35-yard line after a 7-yard gain. So Baltimore State really clicking offensively outside of that interception. Antoine Tracy in motion to the right side. So here's a handoff to Spain, and Spain is blown up in the backfield. Omari Cobb came on the blitz and shut that play down before it even got started. It's now a 2nd and 14. Gibson on the fake, under pressure, and he is sacked. A 7-yard loss on the play. Jason Smith on the sack. Now a 3rd and 20 for the Stallions. Here's Gibson over the middle and nearly intercepted by Malik Gant. It's a very poor throw by Gibson on that one, and Baltimore State would end up punting it again. Marshall starts with great field position after the return and a penalty, I believe. There's Litton on the swing pass to Davis, and Nordley Ford able to bring him down after a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. Marshall going up tempo. This should be the last play of the first quarter. Here's Litton. He's going to throw it left side, and he finds Brady, who breaks the tackle. And Lawrence Albert finally brings him down. That might be a face mask penalty, though.
Personal foul.
No, it's a clip against Marshall, actually. So that's surprising. Donquell Green in the clip. And that's how we end the first quarter. Baltimore State up 7-0, but Marshall's starting to drive. And we'll see if they can get some points on the board. So we begin the second quarter with a 2nd and 3 from the Baltimore State 41. And Litton on the handoff to Keon Davis up the middle. And Davis, breaking tackles, gets a 14-yard gain and a big first down for Marshall. Just outside the red zone now. Here's Litton on 1st and 10. Going to go right side to Green. He gets a block and is able to get down to about the 11-yard line. Another first down. Let's see if Marshall can finish this drive with a touchdown or at least a field goal. So here's Litton on 2nd and 9. Going to go left side to Davis, and Davis has himself a touchdown. Baltimore State just had a really tough time against the passing game this year. Now on that drive, they just got carved up. Isaiah Kegler completely out of position on that play. And now Baltimore State will get the return. It's a 7-7 ball game. Here's Spain. Going to take it up the left side. Jacob Spain's had a lot of kick returns for touchdowns in his career. Doesn't get it this time, but he gets to the 50-yard line. And Baltimore State is in business now. 1st and 10. Spain on the pitch. He's going to go up the right side. And he's going to be brought out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. He remains in the game, though. That's a 2nd and 4. Here's a fake. Gibson going to roll right. Throws it to Bentley, and Bentley goes nowhere. Steps out of bounds. No gain on the play. Now a 3rd and 4. Gibson back to pass. He goes left side, and he finds Bentley, who gets the first down. This time Bentley actually gets yards. So now 1st and 10. Jordan Burrell in the game now. Spain in motion. Here's Burrell, and he's going to fight forward. Gets about 2 yards on the play. Not a whole lot, but he'll take it. So now 2nd and 8. Burrell still in the game. Spain in the slot. Gibson under pressure, throws it, and he finds Harewood, who gets brought down at the 14-yard line. Baltimore State in the red zone again. They've been pretty good so far this season, I would say. They've had a few times where they've turned it over or got stopped on downs, but they turn it over here. Omari Cobb with the interception, and he looks like he's going to house this one. So the 50, the 40, the 30. Gibson trying to catch him, and he's not going to. Touchdown Marshall, as Gibson gives up a pick 6. It's a terrible throw there. Now Marshall leads 14-7. 2nd and 11 for the Stallions. Gibson on the play fake, rolls right. He's going to throw it left side to Jadarius Duncan, who's wide open. A 40-yard gain, and had Gibson got it to him a little sooner, that might have been a touchdown. But as it is, they're at the 37-yard line. Gibson on the option, and he is hit hard after an 8-yard gain. He has to be careful. Now 3rd and 2. Gibson back to pass over the middle, finds Blackman, but Blackman can't hold on to it. Incomplete. That brings up a 4th and 2. Baltimore State just out of Philip Hayden's field goal range, so they are going to go for it on 4th down. Gibson back to pass. He rolls left. He has space. He hesitated for a second, but he's going to run it now, and he runs out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Big first down for the Stallions. Here's Gibson on the pitch, on the option, and Spain is pulled down by his face mask, and that's going to be half the distance to the goal for the Stallions. That's against Chris Jackson, the corner for Marshall. So Baltimore State will have the ball at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Baltimore State in the shotgun. They hand off to Spain up the middle, and Jacob Spain has himself a touchdown. Baltimore State just an extra point away from tying this one up. And a great job by Spain running up the middle. The offensive line did great on that one. Now 2nd and 4 for Marshall. Mitchell gets the catch, and he's going to get himself a first down. 5 yards, just barely getting across the marker. Now we have a 2nd and 8. Litton back to pass. It's going to be a screen pass to Davis, and Davis gets about a yard in the play. Looked like he could have gotten more if he followed his blockers better. But it's a 3rd and 7, and Litton finds Mitchell, who just barely gets the first down yet again for Marshall. Now we're just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Litton. Goes left side to Green, and a huge hit by Deontay Muhammad. And Marshall has to burn a timeout. 2nd and 5. It's 2:01 to go in the half. Litton on the draw play to Davis, and Davis brought down. It was able to break a tackle, but only got a yard in the play. Now 3rd and 4. Marshall has 3 receivers in the game. Miller, the tight end, moves to the left in motion. Here's Litton. He's going to try to scramble, and just shy of the first down marker as Lakeem Foster makes a stop. So now it's a 1st and 10 for Baltimore State. Gibson on the option gets a yard. Just over a minute to go in the first half. Gibson on the play fake to Spain on 2nd and 9. He's going to roll out right, and he throws it at the last second, finds Blackman for a first down. Gibson just does a great job of extending plays. Baltimore State's really going to miss him next year. Now 1st and 10. Gibson under pressure, throws it, finds Aldrin Johnson. Gibson threads the needle, and it pays off this time. Still not a very smart throw, but regardless, it's a 1st and 10 Baltimore State as he throws it to Blackman for another first down. Gibson starting to carve up this Marshall secondary. 14 first downs in the first half for the Stallions, by the way. 1st and 10. Gibson off the play fake to Duncan, and Jadarius Duncan able to get the first down. He's getting more playing time with Jacob Spain playing more running back today. So now 1st and 10. Here's the fake to Spain. Gibson rolls out right again, and he might run this one. Yes, he is going to run it, and he steps out just before the first down marker, so it's going to be a 2nd and 1, 41 seconds to go. Gibson on the option. He's going to run it. Pitches it to Spain. Spain has a wide open space to the end zone, and touchdown Baltimore State. Jacob Spain gets the pitch from Louis Gibson, who had a great drive. Now Baltimore State leads 21-14 with just 29 seconds to go in the first half. Letting over the middle to Brady. Ford can't bring him down. Albert can't get him. Clay gets blocked, and Brady has a wide open lane to the end zone, but Clay brings him down with a touchdown-saving tackle. And with 20 seconds to go in the half, Marshall has time to get into the end zone now. So on 1st and 10, a read option. Litton going to keep it, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. So Marshall ties it up right before the half. And with 11 seconds to go, Baltimore State looking to just run the clock out now. It's a handoff to Spain. He gets the block on the outside, and Jacob Spain has space. He has a man in front of him, gets a block, and Jacob Spain might be gone. A huge touchdown run, but there is a flag on the play. And this one's going to come back on a hold. Tate Edison called on the holding penalty, and that'll end the half. No touchdown for Baltimore State. And we go into halftime tied 21-21 after a quiet first quarter. Both teams really put on a show in the second. So as we enter the second half, Baltimore State really has to tighten up on defense. I feel like Chase Litton has been getting way too much time to throw the football. And they've just been getting fooled by a lot of plays. The read options, the play action fakes, and this secondary's just been getting carved up so far today. Offensively, they're running the ball very efficiently. Louis Gibson started off really slow throwing the football. He threw 2 interceptions, but he really tightened up in the second quarter. So as we enter the second half, Marshall with the football at the 29-yard line. Move him in, motion to the left. Here's Litton. Oh, Foster just beat his man, but Litton gets it away to Miller, and Miller spins his way to a first down. So now it's another 1st and 10 for the Thundering Herd. We got 2 receivers to the right. Here's Litton. Gets it out to the right side, and he finds Green. Hunter can't bring him down. Clay can't either. Albert gets pushed over, and Green has himself a huge touchdown for Marshall. A 60-yard touchdown reception, and Marshall takes a 28-21 lead early in the third quarter. Here's Gibson on the play fake on 1st and 10. He's going to run this one. He's going to get out of bounds at about the 45. And a first down. Now we go to 2nd and 10, though. Here's a fake on the read option. Gibson going to take it up the middle, and he's hit hard. Gets another first down, but he paid the price for that one. So now 1st and 10. Gibson on the option. He's tackled for a yard. He kept it this time. Now 2nd and 9. You got 4 receivers in the set. Fake to Burrell. Gibson rolls out to the right. And he's just going to get 4 yards and get out of bounds. Now 3rd and 5. Gibson on the play fake. He's under pressure, and he gets it away. Marshall blitzed 6 men, and Gibson just didn't have time to decide where he wanted to go with it. So now Baltimore State going to go for it on 4th and 5. Gibson on the play fake to Harewood, and Harewood can't hold on to it, and Baltimore State will turn it over on downs. Harewood just couldn't hold on to the ball. So now it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Marshall. Here's a screen to Owens, and Baltimore State completely out of position as he's pushed out at the 41-yard line. So now another 1st and 10 for Litton and company. He's going to throw it right side to Owens, and Owens breaks a tackle, and Owens has an easy touchdown after the missed tackle by Taquan Clay. So Marshall now up 34-21, and this game is very close to getting out of hand now. Unless Baltimore State does something about it, and Jacob Spain's definitely doing something about it. Getting down to the 30-yard line, a 13-yard gain and a first down. Spain's having a great day rushing the football. So now 1st and 10, a play fake to Burrell. Gibson going to throw it right side, and he finds Harewood, who makes the catch this time. Pushed out at about the 49-yard line. And a fresh set of downs for the Stallions. 1st and 10. Gibson going to run the option, and he fumbles it, and it's picked up by B for Marshall. And Gibson just lost the football. I don't even think he was trying to pitch it, but nevertheless, Marshall has the football now. Looking to go up by 3 scores. Here's Litton. On the pump fake, he goes deep. He finds Green, who just burns his man. And Marshall is now up by 3 touchdowns. Not even midway through the third quarter, as he just burns his man right there. Now Baltimore State down 42-21. Plenty of time to make a comeback, but it is not looking good for Baltimore State right now. But Gibson finds Harewood, finds a soft spot in the coverage, and just exploits it for a first down. So here's 1st and 10, the handoff to Burrell, and he gets a first down. Burrell's been really quiet today, not really getting as many carries as he usually gets. This is the second one of the game, actually. So now 2nd and 6 for Baltimore State. A handoff to Burrell again. This time he loses a yard. Marshall will tighten it up a little bit on defense. Now 3rd and 7. Gibson going to roll out to the left. Looking for a receiver. Now he's going to run it. He jukes. And what an effort by Louis Gibson to get the first down for Baltimore State. He had to juke a defender to get there. And now a fresh set of downs. And Baltimore State inside the red zone. Gibson going to roll out to the right. And he tried to run it, but he's sacked. He loses a yard on the play, so that's technically a sack, but it's just a 2nd and 11 now. Gibson going to throw over the middle. He finds Blackman, and Jimmy Blackman gets into the end zone for a touchdown. So now Baltimore State down just 2 touchdowns. Plenty of time to come back in this one. Now here's Johnson on the return for Marshall, and he gets a few blocks, and Johnson has space, breaks a tackle, And he's going to get brought down across midfield. Marshall again has great field position. Baltimore State's defense really needs to make a stop here. 2nd and 10. Davis trying to fight forward, gets 3 yards on the play. Broke a few tackles on his way there. Now 3rd and 7 as Marshall in the pistol. Here's Litton. He's going to try to scramble it, and he goes nowhere. Not a sack technically, but stopped well shy of the first down marker, so Baltimore State will get the ball back. Here's Louis Gibson on 2nd and 10. He's going to scramble, it looks like. No, he's going to throw it. Finds Spain, and that was an off-balance throw off his back foot. But he made the completion, and it's all that really matters at the end of the day. So now 1st and 10. Hand off to Spain to the right side. And Spain only gets a yard in the play. Better than losing yards, at least. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 9. Fake to Burrell. Here's Gibson going left side, and he finds Johnson. Aldrin Johnson makes another big catch for the Stallions. Gets across midfield and another first down. It's now 1st and 10. Hand off to Burrell, and he is blown up immediately in the backfield. Marshall able to get penetration on that one. So now it's 2nd and 13. Harewood in motion behind the backs as Gibson pitches it to Harewood. And Harewood gets about 5 yards, so now it's going to be a 3rd and 8. Time winding down in the 3rd quarter. Gibson steps up in the pocket. He's going to scramble now. Slides, gets the first down. That's what he has to do more. He has to slide in order to protect himself if he's going to play on the next level. So now 1st and 10. Gibson going to roll out on the play fake. Gets it to Duncan. And Jadarius Duncan gets 8 yards on the play, and that's going to bring it into the 3rd quarter. Marshall up 42-28 as we head into the 4th. 2nd and 2, hand off to Spain, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't get any further than that. Now a 3rd and 2. This is a pretty critical 3rd and 2 at this point in the game. Gibson over the middle, and he finds Johnson with another clutch catch. Another first down for Baltimore State as they're just inside the red zone now. Spain on the first down carry, gets a block, and if he could have escaped that one defender, he'd be in the end zone. But instead, it's a 2nd and 2. Gibson on the play fake to Burrell. Rolls right. He has space. He's going to take it, and he slides down to about the 3-yard line. And now it's a 1st and goal for the Stallions. Hand off to Spain, and he's going to get in there untouched. Nobody going to catch him. And now Baltimore State down just 7 pending the extra point. 6:45 to go in the 4th quarter. Marshall trying to put the game away on this drive. Here's Litton on 1st and 10. He drops back, goes right side, finds Owens, breaks a tackle, and Owens might have enough. No, he's not going to get a touchdown this time, but he's brought down at the 37-yard line. Still a great gain for Darian Owens. So now 1st and 10, 2 tight ends in the set. Hand off to Davis left side. And he's going to get brought down after a 4-yard gain. Now 2nd and 6. Another handoff to Davis. Breaks the tackle, and he's brought down by its face mask. It's absolutely not what Baltimore State needs at this point in the game. Defense. But they pretty much just gift wrap 15 more yards for Marshall. That's Kegler on the stop. Now 1st and 10. Letting back to pass. Under pressure, and he's going to be brought down for a sack. That's Kevin Hodges, the star defensive tackle for the Stallions. Makes the stop on 1st and 10. Now it's the 2nd and 13. And Brady makes the catch, gets down to the 10-yard line. So now it's going to be a 3rd and 3. Marshall looking to extend the drive. Here's the play fake by Litton. He might scramble for this one. No, he throws it across his body. Honestly, if he runs that, that's a touchdown. Instead, he risks it. But luckily, it wasn't a turnover. Marshall gets a field goal. Now it's 45-35 as Spain takes the ball up the left side. Jacob Spain, breakaway speed, gets across midfield. A 36-yard gain and a first down for the Stallions. We're now going fast pace. Here's a toss to Spain. He gets more blocks and more of an opportunity to show off that speed. Gets down to about the 15-yard line, a 33-yard gain this time. And a 1st and 10. Seymour checks into the game. Loses 3 yards on the play. Now it's the 2nd and 13. The fake to Seymour this time. Gibson rolls right again. He's going to throw to the end zone, and he finds Aldrin Johnson for a touchdown. Now Baltimore State with 4:32 left in the game, just down 3. So Marshall gets another attempt to run the clock, but Keon Davis goes nowhere on this play, loses 2. Now 2nd and 12. 2 backs in the backfield. Here's the fake. Litton just going to throw this one away. Now 3rd and 12. Marshall really needs to get a first to extend their drive, as Litton finds Mitchell, but Mitchell can't get the first down. Now Baltimore State has a chance to either tie or take the lead in this one. Just over 3 minutes to go. They're 2nd and 7. Gibson going to roll right, and he finds Duncan, but Duncan had to fall over to catch that one. Just 2 yards on the play. Now 3rd and 4. Spain on the handoff. And he's so reliable to get those first downs for Baltimore State in those situations. Over 200 yards in this game. Already has a Baltimore State record, I believe. Now it's the 1st and 10. Gibson going to scramble. No. Oh, yeah, he's going to scramble. It looked like he was going to pull back and throw it, but gets about 9 yards on the play. It's over 2 minutes to go. 2nd and 1. Gibson under pressure finds Harewood. And Harewood gets a 15-yard gain in the first down. It's 2 minutes to go in this one. Hand off to Spain, right side, and he gets out of bounds. A smart play by Jacob Spain to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Now it's the 2nd and 3. Hand off to Spain again, and he's brought down in the backfield, and the clock continues to run. Now 3rd and 4. Baltimore State definitely needs to make this conversion here. Gibson going to throw it over the middle, and he finds Johnson for a first down. Baltimore State doing a great job of moving the ball when they need to on this drive. Now 1st and 10, hand off to Burrell. And Jordan Burrell fighting forward for the yards. And he gets a first down. His knee hits the ground, but he thought he was still up. He gets 12 yards on the play, and Baltimore State running the clock all the way down now. Let's make sure Marshall doesn't get another shot at it. But this time Spain goes nowhere on first down. Now it's the 2nd and 10. 23 seconds to go. Baltimore State has 2 timeouts remaining. Here's Gibson on the read option, and Louis Gibson gets into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown. Baltimore State up 49-45 with just 19 seconds to go. Marshall still has a shot at it. They have all 3 timeouts. They really got to be smart about how they move the football in these 19 seconds, and right there, they just waste too much time on the screen. So now it's the 2nd and 3 with 12 seconds to go. Litton going to go over the middle to Green. Brought down, and Marshall's going to use a timeout instead of clocking it. 8 seconds to go. Marshall needs a miracle here. Here's Litton under pressure, and Foster gets him from behind. The senior defensive end makes a big play when the Stallions need it. And now Marshall just has to throw up a prayer now. The last chance to keep their Conference USA Championship hopes alive. Here's Litton. Foster dropping back for Baltimore State. They're just rushing 2. Litton goes deep, and it's intercepted by C.J. Hunter. And that'll do it. Baltimore State comes back from 21 points down to win this game 49-45 in the last minute. And, of course, Jacob Spain is the player of the game. What a comeback by Baltimore State. Midway through the 3rd quarter, Baltimore State was down 21. They had to score 2 touchdowns to get back into it. Marshall kicks a field goal. Baltimore State scores a touchdown, then gets a stop. They drive all the way down the field, waste as much clock as possible, and they pull off a huge victory over Marshall. So Marshall now eliminated from any consideration for the Conference USA Championship game. And so is Florida Atlantic, but Baltimore State needs Florida Atlantic to beat Florida International in order to get to the Conference USA Championship game and face the Louisiana Tech team that beat them earlier in this season. Now, I do have the gameplay footage for the FAU-FIU game. I did it as a CPU versus CPU thing just so it would be fair. But I really wanted to watch that game. It was kind of boring, but if you want to see it, I'm going to put a straw poll in the description, and you can just vote there to see whether or not you want to watch it. Anyways, let's get to the stats. Louis Gibson, 24 for 34, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jacob Spain had an amazing game. 23 carries, 213 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 3 rushes over 20 yards. Gibson also had 109 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game on the ground. And a pretty good game from Aldrin Johnson and Javier Harewood as well. Both had 6 catches. Harewood had over 100 yards. They combined for 200 yards exactly, actually. And 2 sacks by Lakeem Foster, including the clutch one towards the end of the game. So if you guys don't actually want me to show you the FAU-FIU gameplay, then I won't. But you'll find out whether or not we make it to the conference championship game in the next video, whether it's the FIU-FAU game or if it's the Week 15 news. But either way, you'll find out in the next video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys are going to create recruits, I'm really looking for offensive linemen. I had a few guys submit me some offensive linemen, and I'm going to create them, obviously. But I need O-line and D-line right now, guys. Those are like the two things I really need. Everything else I'm pretty good at. If someone wants to make a fullback as well, that'd be great too. But yeah, keep voting in those polls, guys. Thank you guys for watching this one, and I'm out of here. Deuces.